Oh, hello there. Hello, friends. How are you? Welcome to SoulCARE. Excuse me, I'm just finishing my cereal for breakfast at 12 o'clock. I had a massage earlier. It was great. Thai massage. Fantastic. I try to get a massage once a week. That's how I ground myself. Speaking of grounding, later on I'll talk about grounding for you. So I hope you all had a nice weekend. I'm slowly coming out of my fog from losing my daughter, Maisie May. So that took a while, but I had some really interesting things happen, and she taught me a lot. And let's see what the comments on for you guys. I'm doing better. She taught me a lot. She really did. She said to me, well, my mother came through and said to me, and my mother rarely comes through. My father came through and rarely came through. My father came through first last Monday and said, after I bought her flowers at Home Depot and in the garden, he said, I have your dog here, so stop blubbering. My father's from New York. And he said, she's just fine, but boy, is she determined. And it was just his personality. And it's so hard for a medium to read themselves. And that was the first time I heard from him in many, many years. That was beautiful. And I think the spirit world, the intelligence of that world knew that I would really only hear that from my dad because he's really forceful. So the others might have been beautiful and lovely, but I wasn't sure if it was me or not. So the next day, my mother came in and she was delightful. I told her, and she said, continue talking to your daughter Maisie May, because she's still with you and she goes back and forth. So she wants you to recognize her. And I thought, wow, that's really interesting. I thanked my mother. And I said, I got to tell everybody that, because how many times do we just, with the humans and with animals, we just think they become a figment of the imagination, and really they're there. They go back and they see you, and you can talk to them in your mind. You can talk to them. So definitely do that. So I've been doing that all week. I have a ghost dog. Isn't that great? And of course, who else but me having a ghost dog? So I hope you all had a nice weekend. Big changes, lots of weather changes going on. The 17th is today. And if you join me for both sides now tonight at 6 o'clock, Kelly White will talk about the 17th of January. And it's a very intense day with all these different planet things going on. And last Monday, she predicted I forget the name, the Vedic name Gudanta, which we're in right now, which means death by water. And there were tsunamis. So interesting. Other weather changes too. So tonight you should check that out. Anyway, 17th, a very intense day. I know that. I want to share with everybody. Oh, good morning. Let me just first hello, everybody. Janice, Linda, Carmen, Lori, Missy, Phil, Nancy, Linda. You're driving the dad spirit today, sitting right next to you. So often they sit next to us in cars. I did a demonstration with Janet and Havoc yesterday. If some of you were there, I think, and that was really fun. It was a lot of tragedies in the readings. Every demonstration that I do, there usually comes a theme. Usually comes out of that. And yesterday's was definitely tragedies, without a doubt. Someone was poisoned. There was a boat accident. So very, very interesting. And this year, I am doing more readings than ever before, as far as online. I'm doing psychic readings and mediumship readings. So in just a while, I'll tell you about that. Hi, Terry. Hi, Jacqueline from South Africa. I know, missing out your kitty. I know. And whenever I miss my doggy, I just send her love too. I say thank you. I laugh with her because we laughed a lot. Hi, Ellen, Elijah. Love you too, darling. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Irene. You worked, Irene Rodderman, worked at ER. A lot of traumas. Yeah, a lot of things going on. That's right. A lot of retrogrades aspects, like hitting each other, the planets. Hi, Katie Corby. How are you, darling? It's my cousin. And for anybody I missed, hello. I'm Melissa Bolter. Hi, Melissa. Good to see you, Wisconsin. Oh, yes, the full moon tonight's full moon, and it's a full moon in Cancer. And Kelly, we'll talk about that tonight. And a full moon in Cancer, boy, the moon is ruled by Cancer. So it's about family, it's nurturing, it's mother, it's food, it's the home, it's sentimentality, it's power struggles. It's really interesting. So that's tonight. That's what's going on. And it's also, of course, a good time to do a full moon bath. I always do that, a cleansing bath with my crystals outside and salt water. I do a Epsom salt water bath. myself, and I put my crystals out. Also, it's a good idea to put water out in a bowl or a pan and then use it for your house or outside in the garden throughout the week with that beautiful activated energy. Um, so it's exciting. A lot of stuff going on today. Lots of stuff. Also, I want to mention to everybody that very, very exciting that it's been 2 years since I launched the spiritual coach course, the JVP Spiritual Life Coach course, and it has changed people's lives as far as their careers. So that's happening now. People said, "Can you please put that back out? Can you please put it back out, please?" So I'm doing that as of today. It's going to be out there, brand new session. So it's open for enrollment right now. It was the number one course we sold last year, 2 years ago. Number one, and then 28-day transformation was. But so it's a really great course, and it covers not only your own self as far as helping others to simplify it, to help others realize that they are a soul having a human experience, and to really change perspectives that they are a soul going through lessons to learn, and really that we have to step back and get in observation mode, which is really important, very, very important. And I'm going to read this right here. The secret to this program is that it's not just for people who want to be professional coaches. It's for anyone and everyone who is ready to step forward and start using their gifts to create change in their world. It's believing in yourself and believing that you came down here for a reason. You weren't just dropped down here. The universe conspired for your highest good. It always does. And every single person has abilities within them. And we have to empower ourselves. So this course is also about empowering yourself. So there's a lot first I teach about yourself, reminders, helping you to release traumas from your past, forgiveness, and start looking at stuff for the future. What do you want to do for the future? And then how to help others get out of their ruts and to look at the potentials and the possibilities for other people. So it covers that and more. Okay. I wrote this down here the power is about helping you to be the person you came here to be, which is true. You don't want, and I created this course because so many people need help with knowing who they are and honoring themselves and not living in fear, but living in love. So this course helps you to live in love and honor yourself, and then embrace those gifts, those abilities that you have, those creative abilities, those mental abilities, and to take chances. I wouldn't be here speaking to you today if I didn't take chances. So everything I've learned, I put into this coaching course. And I take you step by step about what to learn, how to get next step, how to start a business, and so forth. Um, I often say that there are people it started raining, how nice. There are people in the spirit world. I wrote a book many years ago called Unfinished Business. And I wrote that because I got tired of spirits coming through and saying, "Oh, well, if only I knew then what I knew now, I wouldn't have done that. I would have made different choices. I've used love. I would have forgiven that person." So this kind of is the course of that book, Unfinished Business, because it helps us to live a life uh, and ourselves and use and believe in ourselves, empower ourselves, your own abilities. And by using that, and once you get there, it's a way of teaching others also. So that's really bottom line what the course is about. Okay. Um, all right. So to learn more about the course, we started today. It goes to school, JP School of Mystical Arts. So life coaching. You can read up on it in life coaching too. A couple of things too. Because of SoulCARE, boy, it's pouring now. I love the rain. Nancy, you should be an animal communicator. Then you should be an animal communicator. A lot of animals are waiting. Hello. That's just a perfect example right there, sweetheart. And also this course has helped you believe in yourself that you can do it. Again, okay? It's a fabulous course. Thank you, Lori Smith. Oh, Lori, thank you. Good to see you again last night, Lori Smith. Lori's a great astrologer, too. A friend of mine for a long time. We have history. Because of SoulCARE, we first started this 2 years ago because of COVID. I wanted people to have a place to go to instead of dealing with fear on the news about COVID in the world. And I wanted some positive things to go to, a place for people to go to really, get into a community of like-minded people and to look at things maybe a different way, get maybe in their spiritual path or understand themselves in a different way. And this has done that. This has really done that and more. And I'm very, very happy about that. And one of the things one of the participants suggested was that I have an evening of psychic readings. And I tried it for a little bit and then stopped, but it went really successful. People loved it. So I'm going to do it this Friday night. So my first psychic answers, I'm calling them psychic answers, is this Friday night. There's the information on below here that Renee put up at 4 o'clock p.m. And psychic predictions, whether it's about soulmates, whether it's career, whether it's all the questions that people ask me here. Career, is my husband cheating on me? Will I find my natural parents? Whatever comes in, and I'll go to as many as I possibly can. So it'll be fun. It's always fun. Different than mediumship, very different than mediumship. But it'll be fun to do this. So if you haven't done that before, check it out this Friday. It'll be a fun time. Okay. And you have to get tickets ahead of time. So make sure you go to the vanprog.com and the events page. Okay. What else is there? That's it, I think. I think that's it. I wrote everything down so I won't forget anything. Okay, good. I'll also let you guys know that I'm going to do. A lot of people were asking me and emailing me about Maisie and what could they do for her, which was really kind. So I'm setting up a foundation of the incredible Humane Society here, Rancho Humane Society in San Diego. They really don't have a lot of money here because there are 3 different animal places. And unfortunately, Rancho doesn't get anything. And they're trying to build a medical hospital for animals. And I went over there the other day and looked around. It was not good. So I said, what can I do to help? And the girl that works over there, Kelly Peterson, is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful girl. I've known her for many years. She came over to my house 2 weeks ago and to help me give Maisie a shot. And it was that moment when I decided I will not do that again, because Kelly is one of the most compassionate people in the world. And Maisie was freaking out, and Kelly said, "James, I'm not hurting her. I promise." I said, "I understand." So that really pushed. That's made my decision. But she's so caring and compassionate. I wish I could just give her just tons of money. But I think in Maisie's name, I'd like to do some kind of donation. So that's going to be my website. So thank you very much for those who are interested in that, and it really will help them help others. So that's it. And now I'm going to open up the floor to general questions that would help everybody. If it's okay. Okay. Happy full moon. Yes, I felt it last night for the first. I usually feel it 2 nights before, but last night I definitely felt it. Okay. Thank you, Melissa. Jacqueline Van Lugenberg Boots. I'm struggling. That's a really long name. I'm struggling to find your book, Heaven and Earth, here in South Africa. Any suggestions where I can get it from? You can get it from me. I'll send it to you. Can you give Renee your address and I will send it to you, darling? Okay. Renee, is that possible? Yes. Okay. If you can't do that, sweetheart, you can always go to vanprog.com and for the for the technical people there, and they'll get it to me. They'll get it to me. I promise you. Okay, and I'll do it as soon as I get it. Okay. Tammy Holland Davis. Hi, James. I'm 60 years old, making a big move from California to Arizona, hoping to continue to real estate. Hold on. I was in real estate. How is the new adventure looking for my future? Tabby, you gotta come on Friday. Hello. Psychic question right there. The only thing I'm going to say to you is, so I'm not tuned in, but the only thing I'm going to say to you is you're in your Saturn return, which is a great time to do this. So you're meant to do this because the Saturn return is when the planets, all the planets are in a certain position when we're born. And everything in life is 7-year cycles. The biggest cycles we have are every 28 years, which is called the Saturn return, when the planets are in the exact same position they were when you were born, every 28 years. So it'd be 28 to 31, 56 to 61, right around there. If you look back at your life, you'll see there are major changes took place at that time, whether it's divorce or marriage or having children or going to school or creating a career or retirement. In mine, I started mediumship during then, seriously. I got married and then divorced, and different job, of course, moved. And then my last Saturn return, which I'm ending right now, divorce, move, and semi-retired. So big life changes. So Tammy, I think it's something you should look positive toward and have fun with it. Okay. Catherine Evans, how do we forgive others that wrong us? Wow, Catherine, that's a hard one. First, we have to figure ourselves, right? And that's what the 28-day would help, or this course, the spiritual life coach course, would certainly help, because there's a lot of stuff there. Right now, I'm working on, just so you know, I'm working on another course called The Game of Life and How to Play It. And I'm dealing with the past. So the past is about traumas from your past. And there's got to be something within yourself that you find hard to forgive. Um, Maybe this will help you. My good friend Kelly White told me this, and it helped me quite a bit. The people, the people or person that you can't forgive, have a hard time forgive. Maybe you can understand that maybe they're limited, that they were not aware they did something wrong. They're just unaware of it. They don't have that awareness. They're limited. Uh, that's sad. That's very, very sad. So we have to have empathy for them. People do us wrong all the time, but shame on them. If we don't forgive them, I often feel we go down to their level and stand that level. And I think forgiveness is also a medicine we give ourselves, because if we can't forgive energetically, things happen to us. When you can't forgive, it blocks the energy from flowing through. The energy is constantly flowing through. Life force is constantly flowing through. And I've worked many, many years and seen people, they didn't say a thing to me. And I'd scan their bodies intuitively and I'd see, oh, the second, third, fourth chakra blocked, emotional issues here. You're not able to forgive somebody. Yes. I've seen it many, many times. And you don't want to, if the energy is blocked, it's going to cause a dam in the energy centers, which can really lead to dis-ease. Because if you're not getting a certain amount of energy in a certain energy center, um, there's going to be a deficit, and it could lead to disease of some kind. So you don't want that. You want to live fully. You really want to live fully. Another thing Spirit has taught me over the years about forgiveness: if you can't forgive in this life, and you leave this earth world, and you're not able to forgive, you go to the other side of life, you keep that sense of not forgiving, because all of the things we do here, the mental thoughts we have, stay with us. We pass over. Okay, that condition will stay with us, and there's nothing we can do about it over there. We can do about it here, but nothing over there. So I can't tell you how many thousands of people have come back and said, please forgive me. Thousands. You don't want to bring that over there. You really don't. And it will affect, this is interesting, it affects other generations in you. So if you started this, and this energy, the energy will repeat itself in the next generation. It'll affect the children, the grandchildren, about this not forgiving. It does. It just does. It's energy. So do the best you can. Take the high road and be the teacher. And that's what you have to do. So it's transformational time right now, especially today. So tonight, what you can do, and everybody else, if there's issues you have with this full moon in Cancer, Cancer rules family as well. So you want to, I'm going to say, set up a ceremonial altar or a space you have, maybe an outside with water, and maybe write a letter to someone you have to forgive, or put a flower or a candle, something that you will send forgiveness in some way, and try to understand the best you can, or ask Spirit to give you signs or give you a step-by-step way. The course is perfect for that. But do that tonight with a Cancer full moon. It's good time to do it. Excellent time. Okay. Patricia Stanko, does the afterlife knowledge of what's going on in this world? Does the afterlife acknowledge what's going on in this world? Oh, yes, of course. They're part of this world. They walk within this world, and they help things to happen in this world. They're not separated at all. They are interdependent, as we are interdependent on them. They are interdependent upon us. And they try to encourage us and really help us all the time. But do the humans listen? Most of the time, not. Because humans usually are sleepwalkers. Yeah. They pay attention to what's going on in their lives in the past, in the future, but rarely now. Really now in this moment. I rarely find a person that lives in the moment. I find they live in the past, not being able to forgive. That's living in the past. They are living in the past, shoulda, woulda, couldas, or they're worried about the future instead of living at this moment now. And it's really an interesting gift, is if you can live in this moment now, you're truly living. I say that because what I learned with Maisie was I have no regrets with my doggie, and I think this will, of course, be with humans as well. If you live every moment in the present, if you live the present moment, you live fully in that moment with that person, with that pet. When they pass out, You'll miss the physical, but you've done the best you can with them. You lived a full life. You'll have no regrets. Okay. Gina, hi Gina. I'm a deaf person, born deaf. Okay. I know I can't. I know I can't hear spirits like you do, but I can sense it. Do you think a person with disabilities can sense spirits? Okay, hold on one second, Gina. So what they're using, Gina, is a psychic ear, not the physical ear. So you should be able to hear them with thoughts, and that's how I hear them, thoughts. There are some mediums that hear physical. They hear physical words, but most of them, 90% of mediums, hear it as thought. So you're in the right place. Okay. And new comments we have. Love that book. Okay. Lynn Hauser. Thank you, James, for sharing your spiritual gifts and knowledge. Oh, thank you, Lynn. Thank you very, very much. You have a lovely family there. Surround them with love. Very good. Thank you, sweetheart. Appreciate it. Okay. Patrina O'Connor, how can I book on online reading? You go to vanpraag.com, VANPRAAGH, my website, vanpraag.com, and look at the practitioners page. And on the practitioners page, there are practitioners who do online readings, who do readings. I have people from all over the world. The people that are on that website are handpicked by me. And there are also students that are excellent that are on there. So that's how you do that. Okay. You always get a reading with someone you're referred to, and in this way you're referred by me. And that's the best way to do it. I've given up doing private readings about 25 years ago, 20 years ago, let's say. Okay. Let's see. Teresa and Hannah. James, both mom and dad died in their house July and August 2021. Now, isn't that interesting? So just stop right there. Now, what do you think that is when they pass so close? I think that in many ways it's a soul group, that they're so connected. I do believe that they're part of each other. I've heard that before. It's pretty amazing. Are their souls going to stay there? Another interesting one. I don't know their relationship, sweetheart, so I couldn't say that. If they have an affinity to be together and they choose to, and that's where they're going to learn together, then they'll be together. There are many marriages where they're married for 40, 50 years and they go to the other side and they go in separate spaces, different places, because they got to learn different things. And they've lived together, and now they're going to experience and explore different things. My parents, that happened to, a lot of people happen to. But your parents to stay over there together for sure. It's a possibility. Shannon Hall. Hi, Shannon. My daughter's dad passed from COVID on her birthday. She's struggling with this. Okay. Wow, Shannon, that's a big question. My daughter's dad passed COVID on her birthday. She's struggling with this. Number one is she went to a therapist. That might be number one. How can I make it a positive day for her in the future? Well, inform her about everything. It's a really important time right now. It's imperative that you let her know this was not her fault. That COVID it's something that happens, and it's a bigger story. It's a bigger explanation to her too. So, but it's imperative that she knows it's not her fault. She doesn't need to carry that around. And that a positive thing is that then you can educate her about life after death. That there is no such thing as death. That there's a spirit world. Turn her on to my book, Talking to Heaven, the movie Talking to Heaven with Ted Danson that plays me. There's a book called Looking Beyond That I wrote for children to help them open up the spiritual gifts themselves. It's time to educate her, and that will really help her, of course, the rest of her life. Go, mommy. Okay. Hi, Sherry. Lovely picture. I'm not wanting to do mediumship. Okay. But I speak and see spirits. Very good. There are a lot of people that don't do mediumship professionally, but they can do that, sweetheart. But I want to go beyond that to connect to other dimensions and worlds. How best to do that? Well, that's a great question. So there's no reason why you can't do that. There's a great place called Far Journeys, the Monroe Institute, and it's out-of-body experiences, and they do some far journeys. The Monroe Institute. Look that up. That's one place, and they could probably help you to go to other programs that would help with that. Okay. Kajav, Karakov. Why are there living people who help souls reach their destination on the side? Are their guides failing? Why are there living people who help souls reach their destination on the side? I don't think I understand the question. You mean human people help them reach the other side? Okay, so let me just get that. So there are what we call end-of-life doulas, or family members or loved ones who help them to pass over. Is that what you're referring to? Who help them to have a nice travel, a nice journey, right? And certainly our mental state, our prayers, our wishes help them with their new state of mind. There are always those guides of their own personal guides who are helping them. I wouldn't say failing. I just say no. It's just we're all in it together. We're all connected. So sometimes family helps, and sometimes the guides, and there are also people on the other side who are have passed in the same conditions that this person has, and they strangers will help them too because they're passing in the same way. So they have that experience that they can help the newly arrived. It's all different ways. We as human beings like to put things in boxes. Shouldn't put things in boxes. It's way beyond us. There are things that I say to people, I don't know the answers to all of it. I really don't. I wish I did, but I learn every day. So I'm just expressing to you my experiences of doing this for a long time. It's not absolute. I won't know till I pass over. But this is what I've heard over and over again from the spirit side of life. Okay. Charmaine, okay, what can I say to my dad about death that will be comforting? He has no belief in anything. I think he's afraid. Most people are, Charmaine. Um, Give him my book, Talking to Heaven. Let him read it. People love that book and it opens up their minds. Um, there's a great, the lawyer for the afterlife, Victor Zamet. And you should write this down. Victor Zamet is from Australia, lawyer for the afterlife. And you should check out his website because every week he sends out a weekly newsletter. And that weekly newsletter consists of videos, books, and it's all done through scientific point of view about near experiences, about how the conscious survives death. And that might be a way in for him, right? That might be a way to help him understand it in his language. So look that way. That's a possibility. Okay. Sonia Morgan. Hi, Sonia. Is there really a benefit for sitting in meditation longer? Well, is it you can benefit no matter how long? I don't know. How long how long should I be sitting as a medium? For the rest of your life. Yeah. So sitting meditation, you have to remember that your soul is progressing. So your soul is expanding. And that's really why we're sitting in the power in meditation is really for your own soul's progression. And that's why you're doing it. You're doing it to sensitize yourself, to still yourself, to have that relationship with your soul. And I'll tell you, the longer I sit in meditation, the better and better life is. I feel about myself. So, and you never stop being a medium. You never stop developing as a medium. So I try to sit in as many circles as I can still, because you're always developing that sense, if you will. There's no place to stop. That's true. If you're not even a medium, just sitting in meditation, we learn every day and we learn meditation helps us to observe easier as well. Okay. I know. Hi, Renee. Good to see you again, darling. Would you consider a workshop or show on creating an altar or space for meditation healing tensions? How to bring energy to an altar? Grateful for you, James. A workshop or what I consider it a workshop on creating altar space for meditation and healing intentions. I will do that, sweetheart. I'll do a small one. It'll be a small course. It'll be a 1-day course, and but that's a good idea. Creating an altar. I'll write it down now. Creating at first I didn't understand, but yes, creating an altar. Okay. For healing and intentions. Okay. Okay, I'll write that down. We'll do that next year. I'll do that. Maybe this year. Okay, next question. Amy, hi Amy. Do all people come visit their loved ones when they pass? Yes. My father just passed under very sad circumstances, and I have been watching for butterflies and birds, but nothing. So, Amy, my love, the best thing you can do is send him love and prayers. And don't rush him to come back to this vibration. Hello, he's just getting used to getting on the other side. So it's like asking you to go to 8 feet of water and have a sit down in the pool and have a conversation. It's not your natural world, so you have to pull yourself up. He's just learning the new conditions of that world. So when we want them right back, it throws them. So give him time. Give him a few months time, okay? And send him love. That's what he needs. All right, sweetheart. The more we try, the harder it is for them. The more we say, come to me, we put up blocks, put up walls in our space around us. Well, when those walls aren't there, they can come through much easier. So you'll be in the shower, you'll be driving a car, you'll be reading a book, and they'll come through because you're not thinking of them. Okay, a couple more. Yes. Susan, hi, Susan. Slamka. Oh, you two look like some couple, I tell you. Hi, James. I'm telling you, this is the beginning of your career. You're at the start of my spiritual journey in the early 70s. He's talking about our ages. Okay. Can't wait to see you live again. I also took one of your courses in New Jersey. It was amazing. Thank you. Thanks, Susan. I'll be back. My first time back in person from COVID is going to be in April. I'll be in Peekskill, New York at the end of April. That's my first and only, from what I know so far, live gig, live performance. Because I semi-retired last year, but that was on the books for 2 years, and we have over 500 tickets sold there. So they want me to come back, and so that'll be Peekskill in April. Okay. Hi, Joanne. At night when my two children were growing up, I would wake up at someone shouting to someone shouting, "Mom!" so loudly that I would check on the kids and find them fast asleep. Who's calling mom? Oh, gee, I have no idea who's calling mom. I have no idea. I have no idea, honey. Could have been your mom, maybe. I don't know. Okay. Adam Shield, is there a group where we can share experience in meditation? Well, you can go on to well, you go to school and look up one of the courses there. It might be a couple of the psychic portal course or 20 day. You might take a course and get on the pages, Facebook pages for the school, because they're really, the Facebook pages are for the school students. But that would be great if you want to start that on there for meditation from one of the courses. Offhand, I don't think there is one yet. Sylvia, how can we get rid of anxiety? What causes it? Well, number one, we have to let go of control, because we try to control everything and we can't control. We don't have control. We try to control situations, try to control people. There's no reason that we can't control them. So the only thing we can do is we can control how we respond to a situation. That will help. And then you want to go through your life and see what causes anxiety, what causes anxiousness in your life, what is behind it. And again, I'm like pushing my stuff, but I'm going to. 28-day transformation course helps with that. And go back to traumas from your childhood too. What's going on? What else is going on there? Because I find that many times that anxiety comes not only from looking at life right now and things that are anxious, but stems back many times to childhood. So you have to come back and explore. Janice Lowery, forgiveness is a gift for us. Yes, frees us to attract positive energy from people towards us. Janice, you are 100% correct. It's exactly what it says. That's right. It's a gift we give ourselves. It's medicine, forgiveness. And we don't do it to get anything back. We don't do it so they'll say, I feel bad, or that, now they can forgive us. You do it because it's the right thing to do. Okay. This is interesting. Jacqueline Van Leeuwenburg says, my soul remembers all the contracts right. My question then is, if I have learned the lesson I chose to learn on the earth plane, then why do I still hang around after crossing over and not move to the next life to learn the next lesson in order to ascend? Doesn't make any sense. No. Yes and no. So Jacqueline, you're looking at it from a very human point of view, that there's one step and the next step and next step. Really, the way it is right now you're living in several spaces and places. You're having several lifetimes all at the same time you're having this physical life. So you are growing. You're growing in all different ways, so simultaneously, but you're only aware of this three-dimensional physical vibration, this dense world. So you are learning lessons, but many times the physical earth will learn lessons from all different points of view. From the world's a stage, and we're merely the characters on it. So sometimes you have to learn about the mother and what the mother would do. What about the son that passes over? What about the grandfather in that same family, the same family dynamics? We have to learn both sides of the coin in many situations. Okay. Gina Montez. Okay. And this will be the last question. I recently heard of a stone called Muldivite. Muldivite. Yes, I have Muldivite. This is to support spiritual awakening. Yes. Muldivite is green. Yes. Yes, I do. Do you have an experience with the stone? I don't. How do you recommend any of the stones? I don't know about stones. I really don't. I'm sorry. My friend Kelly White is on here, and she's also on my website and practitioners. She knows a lot about stones. The Crystal Bible is a great book to get. I have that. It's a classic book, The Crystal Bible, and it's with all different stones. Very much so. Okay. Well, I think that's it. Both sides is tonight. Both sides now beyond 6 o'clock tonight, and we have a special guest tonight, Clint Ober, and he is amazing. He's talks about the science of grounding. Every one of us needs to be grounded. and he is going to talk about the scientific methods of grounding. So that is tonight at 6 o'clock. You do not want to miss that. That's really important. I find a lot of people in this work need grounding because they get so caught up in the fairies and the clouds, and it's like, we got work to do down here. We got to do it. So we got to keep down to earth. So he's going to talk about different techniques of grounding, items he has, a book he wrote, things he's learned as a scientist about grounding. So it'll be very interesting right here at 6 o'clock tonight. Okay. Well, thank you, everybody. Nice to see you again or feel your energy. And I hope you open some minds and hearts. And we'll see you tonight. God bless you.